Okay, now we're going to move on to another feature of AudioSnap, and that's extracting a groove, or in my case, or in the case of this project, we're going to extract the timing of a kick drum and replace it, or actually add a MIDI kick drum along with it, and we'll do the same with the snare drum. In this example, we're going to add another kick drum to the actual live kick, because if we listen to this mix, it would be nice if we could get a little better kick drum sound. Let's just listen to what we have so far. Okay, we're going to solo the kick. Okay, so what we want to do first is enable the transients. I had AudioSnap on already, so let's zoom into this and see what we got going. So obviously there's some transients that we don't want to have in this particular file, so we're going to use the threshold slider. And it's nice with the threshold slider, I can use my arrow keys to get it just right. So let's listen to make sure that we just have the basic transients that we want to extract a MIDI note from. Looks pretty good. Cool because it's such, it's a human being playing this. A lot of times we're using this production software, we're so used to, MIDI notes and samples, but it's great to be able to capture a human feel. So what we'll do, there's one thing I want to check. We're going to, when we do a MIDI extraction, actually I want to vary with the pulse level, so it'll detect any velocity information. And we're going to convert the MIDI note, I believe we want C, that's where the kick drum's going to be. So we go ahead and select those parameters. And the other thing I want to do is enable the transients to pool on that. And then, again, I was saying earlier, AudioSnap, this palette does a number of different things. Here's yet another thing that'll do, and that's extract the groove. We copy as MIDI notes. And let's just go over to here. We're going to select the session drum track. And we're going to paste this in. We're going to we go ahead and just type in the value 1, and that's going to be track 4. And then here we have track number 4. I'm going to enable the PRV mode, piano roll view, and we're going to fit the content. There we have my kick drum. Let's make sure that velocity addition is on. Let's see. Should be on there. And here we go. Oh, it's not. I'm not sold. Oh, that's fine. So now we have the kick drum. Okay, that's just the live kick. There's my MIDI kick. Now, while I'm at it, go to the synth rack. And with ACT technology, which dynamically assigns your MIDI controller to parameters on an instrument, I can change the tuning of my kick drum. Okay, now we have the live drum, the live kick drum in there, but let's go ahead and tune that a little bit. Right now we're looking at the session drummer. Oh, let's listen. Well, here's without the MIDI drum. So we're going from that to this. You can just hear the low frequencies in there. Let's mix that down a bit. I don't really want to replace what was there. I just want to fill it out a little bit. So let's just try to mix that in the right spot. So now I have a nice I'll take out the MIDI kick. Put it back in. All right, so what we can do now is do the same thing with the snare, because the snare gets a little buried at times. And you guys get to see how you do this whole process again as well. So again, what we do is make sure that, well, AudioSnap is already enabled here, but we need to visualize the transients. So we're going to select transient markers. And again, vary the thresholds. And let's go ahead and solo the snare. I think if we go around 89, that ought to do it. And go ahead and okay, that's working pretty good. So now what we're going to do is we have to convert the MIDI note. We're going to go to D4. And what we need to do is take the add transients to pool off the kick. And we're going to add it to the snare. Copy as MIDI notes. And then we're going to paste it back onto this track. So we select, it looks like we're okay with the starting track number 4, repetitions 1. And there we go. We have the snares in there as well. Oops. So there's without the MIDI snare. Here's with it. Ease off the volume a little bit. Okay, so there you have it. We converted the kick drum and the bass drum to MIDI notes, and the ultimate result was a tighter drum mix in this particular project.